I've looked at you, J Cactus, and a lot of other producers, and I've noticed that you are reliant on yourself rather than relying too much on other artists. Is it the case?
Now, yeah, you could put all this time into these artists and maybe something might come from it. But imagine if I just put all that time just into my own stuff or my own music or my own brand. I prefer that personally.
Yeah, we were looking at producers like DJ Khaled. These are big household names as producers.
Or even Metro.
Even Metro.
Like Metro was huge before. And Metro is way bigger now. He's the artist.
100%. How do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Oh, thanks for coming through, man.
Bro, thank you for having me, man.
Where do you want to be in 10 years?
Alright, guys, we're finally here with the man, the one and only, brought by Ocean.
Yo.
So for now, I think we're gonna cook up an Afro house track because right now, as you already know, the guy switched into
Techno, trance, that kind of vibe.
Exactly. So since I love Afro house as a DJ, this is what I play. And on top of that, I come from a EDM background, so we're definitely gonna make some fire. We're here at the studio, which is actually fire. I won't lie, I'm envy of you, bro. But yeah, we're gonna cook up and let's get into it. Yeah, I feel like we can start from the drums, you know. Because I remember when I was doing EDM back then, I would always start from the drums, like the kick, a little bit of bass line kind of stuff, and I would always like to start from the drop of the like the body of the track. What kind of you like Afro house, right?
I gotta be honest with you, I don't really know like a lot about it. I've heard a few Black Coffee songs, a few Hugh Girl songs. That's about it.
So you're not.
I'm not tapped in.
Yeah. I get you. I'm pretty sure you know move.
If I hear it, maybe.
You know that one.
Oh yeah. I know this one. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy out here in Thailand. There's so many things to do, bro. So many distractions.
Yeah, you can definitely get caught up in the distractions in the party.
Oh my goodness. What were your first months here, like first period, getting used to?
The first month I was living with my friend.
Okay.
We was deciding if we was gonna move in together. Because he had a sick place.
Yeah.
And he likes to party.
Okay.
So naturally, we just go out and stuff.
Yeah.
But then after like a week or two of that, for me, I don't want to do that anymore. I get antsy in it. I want to start working.
Yeah.
So then I was looking for a place and I finally found a place. I was living somewhere else before. And then I just locked in from there.
Here is actually good. This area here looks more quiet.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more quiet. It's more local. Where I was before. Where are you guys staying?
Where we staying?
Oh, it's near Thongolo.
Tonglo, okay. Yeah, that's a nice area. I was closer to there before.
Yeah, the temple. It's
like what, one?
They go at 120 from 120 to 125. Yeah, 25. Let's put it at, I would say 120. 22. Let's go for 22. Yeah, something stuff. I want to try putting some percussion loops in the background so that I can have some sort of reference. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Do you play?
Nah, bro. I should, right?
I don't really play either, to be fair.
Is it? But you know what? I feel like it's too fast. I wanna lower down the BPM to 120.
What kind of bass do you use for this kind of stuff?
I was thinking we try writing down the chord, like the bass line and the chords from the piano, and then from the piano we're gonna break down into the bass line. We're gonna get a proper bass and stuff, and then we're gonna put a pad based on the chords and stuff. I wanna find the key of mood though. I don't know which key works best. This website is good.
Tunebap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always use
Same.
120.
A flat minor.
Damn. I would have never said, you know? That's a tough one.
Actually, that's better.
Yeah?
Because it's mainly just the black notes.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, still mainly the black notes. Alright, cool. There's just a couple notes I want to switch up. Okay, let me just put in that first chord. I'll do it one by one. Alright, cool. Let me put down those first two then.
Alright.
I guess we could just figure it out from there.
How much would you say making this is like? How much are you using your techie? Bro, I always forget what's the genre that you're actually making.
Oh, like techno and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's very different. I feel like Afro house is way more melodic and slow. From what I've heard, it seems like very slow progressions, way more vibey. Whereas the kind of stuff I do is just rave. It's just all about like more about impact, I think.
Yeah.
It's that final chord actually.
Yeah.
What about that one?
You know where I will put this one here?
Oh, on the first. Okay.
As the first one.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think it could even be the same chord as well at the top.
Let's see. Yeah, you go. I think that one's
more
better.
emotional, yeah.
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 And then I think I will get rid of that one just to break the rhythm, you know. So how come you've used Logic? Like you've become the guy of Logic, basically, is it not? all the Logic tutorials is you, man. But how come you decided to?
So you see, when I started producing, FL wasn't available on Mac. You could use it, but you'd have to do this weird crack to make it work. It wasn't native.
Oh right.
So at the time, I only knew about FL or Logic. I didn't even know Ableton existed. So, because I couldn't get FL, I just went with Logic. That's the only reason.
Was it available for, like, Ableton was available for Mac back then?
I think so.
Okay.
But I never had heard of it.
I see
FL became available maybe after about a year of me producing on Logic.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true though. That's true. I think FL is better on Windows still.
Yeah.
Till this day, it's still better.
Yeah, I get that.
Because for the majority of the time, I produce on desktop, so Windows, and what is it, like in October, November, something like that. I got the Mac, and it was the first time for me actually using on a day-to-day basis the FL on Mac, and I can tell it's a little bit better on a Windows.
But do you prefer Windows in general?
Nah.
Okay, yeah.
Nah. Like if you have the whole ecosystem, like the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah, you got iPhone as well. It makes life easy, man.
Bro, yeah. But in terms of like doing things, if you're a techie guy, you're definitely gonna love Windows rather than Macs and stuff.
This is like the most popular Afro house song.
Yeah.
Holy shit, 500 million streams.
Yeah, by far.
Who else is like the guys to listen to when it comes to this kind of music?
Afro House. There's Hugo.
Yeah.
You know him?
I've heard him.
Well, Black Coffee, but Black Coffee, I won't lie, is more on a Afro tech kind of stuff. It's not that mainstream. It's not that often that you'll hear on a banger like this or on a proper radio friendly kind of stuff. But yeah, you'll still make some bangers too. I think I'm more on the underground kind of Afro house, like less mainstream but more those kind of hidden gems kind of stuff. Walking, I don't know if you know Beso.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, proper vibey.
Yeah. I prefer beach club kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And then there's also there's Maz, which is a Brazilian producer, but he's crazy. I won't lie. I think there's stuff that you might have heard from him.
Maybe this one.
Yeah.
So what made you move from Italy to Manchester then?
My parents came to the UK for work.
Okay.
And yeah, pretty much, bro. I won't lie to you. It was not in my plan to come in the UK. I won't lie. I've always thought about it, but definitely not in that specific moment because I was about to go to university. And on top of that, I was DJing hard in Italy. I had my thing. I had my circle. So yeah, it was painful, bro. I won't lie to you. It was painful because like for a good 2-3 years I couldn't play because I had to get used to the environment, had the music, like the people, also the connections and stuff. But things are going right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I've been able to accomplish that I'm not sure that I would have been able to had I stayed in Italy.
Got you.
So, yeah, man. I was literally speaking with my guy before, just before coming here, and like how life is crazy sometimes. That some of the, I don't know, let's say worse experiences or worse things that you think could happen to you eventually turn out to be some of your blessings.
Yeah, for sure. Extend it to the end, and then you can do the same with the chord.
All right.
What about even more? One more or two? Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Or
I don't think
the
he's.
way I'm hearing it is boom, boom.
I don't think he's in the actual right. No.
Yeah, no. The way how I'm hearing it.
Yeah, exactly,
Something like
exactly. And I was thinking about instead of just having one. Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, we can just leave it at that. That's calm.
Type, yeah. Bro, let me ask you something. Do you find yourself often using the synths?
Not as much as I'd like to. Because I like to just be quick. So I do a lot of the stuff, just everything in the computer.
Is it when you're actually like really, really inspired?
Yeah, like when I want to sit down and really lock in and just try some shit,
Yeah.
then I'll do that.
Not when you actually got like because you guys sometimes be having some placements with certain artists. You don't be using the synths. Or
Sometimes it depends, because some artists don't want you to hook up in the session. They just want to be like, okay, play the beat, play what you've got. So I'll just go through. They'll be like, okay, I like this one, let's record. Some will be like, I want you to create something from scratch, let's work together, and then that's when you can
On some Mike Dean type stuff.
Yeah.
That guy is crazy.
He's insane.
Oh, what is it? The one that you showed me on the YouTube?
The Travis Scott guy.
Yeah. I've seen so many wires. I'm like, bro, you better trip over.
He's got his studio's insane.
But his skills too, man.
It's like a laboratory.
Yeah, I don't know what goes in that guy's head.
Bro, he smokes his spliff and he's just locked in.
He's gone, bro. Like, in another universe.
And we can then we can just switch the piano to something softer.
Yeah, for sure. Though it actually makes a lot of sense though.
Yeah, the higher end was nice.
Yeah.
We might just have to EQ out the lows. Yeah. Once we EQ it.
You reckon we should get rid of the stock reverb there and put our own? Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's fine. Loving it. Okay, I want to do a little bit of EQ, I won't lie.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be the bass, right? This is still the bass of the piano. So this one here. I want to give the same piano to the bass so that I can only have the low one on that piano roll alone. And then for the chords we have like the mid, high end kind of stuff.
Cool.
So that we split it.
Do you edit all your videos?
So I upload twice a week, and one of the two is edited by my editor. Yeah.
And do you find twice a week makes more sense? Do you find it more growth with that?
From the moment I decided to only focus on growing the YouTube channel, yeah. Because before I was kind of uploading some reels and stuff as well, but I was only uploading once a week. And then I decided to just focus on YouTube alone and do it twice a week.
Okay.
Yeah. I was also speaking with Jay when I had the link up, and he was telling me that like the best will be twice a week in terms of proper growth. But of course, like there's a lot of other factors that play into the whole thing. What do you do right now?
Man, like 3 times a month.
Okay.
It's a lot less than what I used to post.
Yeah.
But that's just because my focus hasn't been on growing YouTube right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow my what do you call it? My TikTok more, and what's the other one? Like trying to grow through shorts. But I'm not good at it yet. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Do you edit your stuff yourself?
The YouTube stuff, sometimes. I have an editor, but if she's busy, then I'll just edit. And then my short stuff I edit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Like, do you post on Instagram as well, like the shorts?
Not that often. I feel like on Instagram it doesn't really work.
I won't lie. I get what you mean.
But to me, Instagram just seems like I have to post the highlights or like the best of the best.
Yeah.
But TikTok, it could just be anything.
Yeah. I feel the same. Instagram it looks more like as if it needs to be more curated.
Yeah. Like it's got to be a bit more fancy.
Where on TikTok you could literally be like like that, boom.
And it could do really good. That's
exactly.
The thing,
It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I've decided to only focus on YouTube because it's it's actually the platform where I wouldn't say I spend the majority of my time on, but it's the one that I like the most in terms of building a community. Like it's something more, you know better than me, you know? Something more.
I personally think YouTube's the best, man, when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you watch a YouTube video, you're locked in. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like for a person to sit there and watch, let's say, I don't know, you're uploaded a 15 minutes video, but let's say on an average somebody watches like 5 minutes of every single video. Like imagine somebody watching 5 minutes on a reel.
It's not the same.
It's not. No one watches a 5 minutes reel. Whereas for somebody to sit there and constantly watching your stuff, I feel like the relationship that you build is different.
I do feel like shorts is good for just awareness, just getting your name out there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, the best case scenario would be to do both.
To do everything, innit?
Yeah, exactly. But you know, there's only so much time. And on top of that, if you don't have a team,
on top of that, we still gotta make the music.
We still gotta make. Yeah, one thing that I've noticed once I started to really invest into the YouTube and building the brand and everything, is that to a certain degree it kind of forces me to do the same thing over and over, just because I'm trying to build a name for myself in a particular space, you know.
So with your videos, the type of music that you're making, is it mainly like future type beats? That kind of vibe? Right
now, yeah. But so I started with the drill stuff. It was only on full on drill. Then I started doing, like I said, the early 2000 stuff, but still bringing a little bit of drill every now and then. And now it's more like on a 60 to 70% trap and 30% split between drill and early 2000. More on a drill though.
And what does the best for you?
Right now, is actually trap.
Okay.
Right now.
That's good then.
Yeah, but I won't lie. I think I'm gonna experiment with other things in the future though, because like the content is getting too repetitive. It's always the same formula. It's always the same thing. I mean, you've done it for quite a long amount of time, and you know that like after a while you get to the point where you do the same thing over and over,
definitely,
just to get the video up. So what would you suggest, man?
If it's working, keep doing it. But definitely every now and again, just throw in a wild card and see what happens. But if it's not broken, I wouldn't suggest you to change it.
You see.
Just try and get better at that thing. You know it's going to keep on growing. If you do like a 360, Like that's what I've done.
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
recommend that.
I wanted to ask you,
I
like,
wouldn't
how was the
recommend
change from?
Well, I knew that there was going to be a huge drop off because there's no cross between techno and hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
If you like hip hop, you might like techno, but if you don't, I get it because it's not even close. Do you know what I mean? I never used to like this kind of stuff. So I knew there was going to be a huge drop off, but for me, there was no point me making hip hop because I wasn't making hip hop in my day-to-day life. Do you know what I mean? And before I was optimizing for views, where now I'm not. I'm trying to optimize more for community. I'm building people who will eventually buy a ticket to my show. Hopefully, do you know what I mean?
It's
or like people who really mess with my music.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just, there was a year where I just chased numbers, and it made sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie to you. This is the stage I'm at right now, but it makes sense. Like I think there's a period in time for everything. You know.
Like when I was chasing views, I found a formula that was working for me, and I just ran it into the ground. But it grew my channel a lot. So.
That was I think it went pretty fast, you know.
Kind of. I mean,
no, as in like from 0 to your first 100K.
That was like a year and a half, maybe.
I've been doing it for 2.
Yeah. But back then, there was way less people.
Yeah, the competition is a lot. Yeah.
Now there's so many YouTube producers. I see new ones pop up all the time.
Facts. So facts. Yeah, that's crazy. And on top of that, I think you were I wouldn't say the only one, but in the logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not telling you to do this, but let's say you did switch to Ableton and started making trap beats on Ableton, you'd probably be one of the few people that makes trap beats on Ableton.
Yeah.
You would just clean up.
Yeah, because Ableton is heavy on the tech house, hello. Yeah,
and I'm sure there's a lot of producers who make. Yeah, there is tons of producers that make hip hop on Ableton, but I don't see many tutorials or videos on it. So that's whoever's watching. That could be an untapped market, you know.
You see? Hey.
That's it. There's a lot of FL ones.
Yeah, FL is. Yeah, he's everywhere. He's everywhere for real. There's a note there, as you can see there's a ghost note if you zoom in. I also feel like we need a little bit of side chain of both the piano and the sub so that we don't make them clash with the kick, you know?
Okay, I have an idea for a lead, just like a one note thing.
A lead sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fire too.
Maybe it's higher up.
Yeah, fire. And let's see with the kickstart as well. Maybe less mix. Yeah. In the background. I want to put a pad as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Maybe I want to try higher in 1 octave. Yeah. I won't lie, this genre is pretty simple. As in, if you have a good vocal, like the drums, whatever pad or stuff, like it's very, very basic. I won't lie. You reckon you can get something on the spot?
Let me try.
Yeah, that would be fire. Yeah, I know Splice is goated for the Afro house vocals. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, that one sounds sweet.
That's the AU, yeah, that one.
That one, yeah. The vibe is there though.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
will do a little bit of arrangement just to see like on a 32 bars.
Sure.
Alright.
How do you arrange it usually with these kind of stuff?
Right now, I will just come up with the best version as possible of the drop.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, I will just break it down, making the intro, the bridge, or like the build up and all that. But yeah, I always like to start. Back then, I would always like to start from the proper drop. Makes sense. And then here though, I still want to have the vocal. But yeah, it's fire, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Hey, I need to hear the whole beat, you know. Stepuz times production.
Type. You want to hear?
Hey.
Yeah.
Jumps come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's got potential for sure.
Trust me, man. I'm telling you. Fire. Fire, bro. Fire. Alright, man.
How long have you been in the industry for as a producer?
I'd say I've been making music for about 10 years, or coming up to 10 years. And in the industry, I'd say like 8.
Ooh, okay. So what's the longest period you've ever done a beat?
Making a beat?
Yeah.
Like a session or just on one beat?
Maybe on one beat or a session in general.
A session? I've done all-nighters before, maybe 12 hours or something like that.
Ooh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you've come up with so many bits out of that.
Yeah, there was this one time where we did, trying to think, we did an overnight one. Actually no, there was this one time we had a session during the day and we made beats all day. Let's say we started at like 11 and we finished at, let's say 6, but then we broke for 6 and came back at 10 to finish at like 6 again.
Damn.
That was a long one because the rapper didn't want to start until late.
Really?
And we couldn't pass up on that one. We had to take that session.
And what was he doing like for all that time?
So the first half, we didn't know we had a session with that guy. We was just making beats.
Okay.
Because we was meant to have a session with someone else. And then management called and was like, yo, so and so wants to lock in, but he's only gonna pull up at like 12. I'm like, damn, 12 a.m. Like, why do we got to start a session at 12? But we was like, we can't pass up on that. Let's just have a break, get some food, and then we'll lock in again. And then yeah, we locked in until like 5, 6.
Yeah.
And then making a beat, I'm not too sure. I'd probably just say like 12 hours again.
Straight on.
Yeah, I'd say so.
On a beat?
Ooh.
I think so, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe so, maybe.
Yeah. I used to spend a lot of time making one beat in the early beginnings when I was just trying to figure out how to actually make a beat.
Yeah.
Of course, it was trash as well. But I would spend so much time because I was trying to, like, bear in mind, like I said, coming from EDM, you're always trying to find like the little one single element that can make the track go insane. But then I realized that it is not that deep in hip hop. Like, you don't need to spend that much time.
I hate spending more than like 30 minutes on a
Yeah,
beat,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
If I'm making a drill beat, trap beat, that needs to be quick.
Once
Once it gets to the hour mark, I'm bored.
Facts. The thing in which I spend the majority of my time is making the melody.
Yeah.
That's why I always like to take a day of the week in which I only make melodies, and then when it comes to make beats, I just pull out the melodies that I make and I do like bum 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 bum.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, man, I don't even like spending too long making a beat. Even if I'm making like a techno track or something, I don't really want to spend like 3 or 4 hours in that one. Like 3 or 4 hours, then cap it, and I'll come back to it another day.
All right.
I like to do that. I don't. Every now and again, if I'm like super in a vibe, I'll just finish it.
Yeah.
But I do like to. Oh, this is sick, but let me just step away.
Damn.
And come back again.
That's crazy to me to hear, because instead what I will do is to just stay on that single project all day until it's done.
I've done it before, but feel like stepping away sometimes.
Fresh
I come
air.
back with fresh
Yeah,
air,
fresh air. It's a true thing to do. Yeah, facts.
Unless I'm super in the zone, and I'm like really confident with every choice.
Yeah.
Then I'll do that.
Yeah, facts. You want me to play some of the old stuff that I used to make? Yeah. My Spotify is so messed up because I have a mix between EDM and hip hop, bro. Mm-hmm. So this is these are some of the EDM tracks I have, and this is an hip hop placement.
Is that in Polish or something?
Yeah, it's a drill.
Okay.
It's a drill placement. But yeah, I'm gonna start with this one. This is the EDM banger. Yeah. And the project, bro, massive. It was insane. Yeah, this is what one of the things that I used to do back then. Mm-hmm. And then there's this other one. I made these two in the pretty much same period, which I got released with the same label. But yeah, they actually did good numbers, these two.
Yeah, really good numbers.
Yeah.
So when you was making this kind of stuff, did you also like really listen to this kind of music as well?
Heavy. Yeah, I used to make that stuff, but I don't make it anymore. I won't lie to you.
I miss it.
Sometimes, yeah. But even if I were to come back and making some sort of house or EDM kind of stuff, I think I will do more Afro house, because I know that I can also play at gigs. Like this stuff here, for you to be playing this stuff, you really need to go to festivals and stuff. I also used to make more quiet stuff, calm and collected, like this stuff right here. Yeah, very radio friendly. Yeah, man. What about you though? I wanna listen to some of your stuff. Are you on Spotify, right?
No, none of my stuff is released, so I'll probably drop this one soon.
Yeah, damn. It really reminds me UK festivals.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. Yeah, I see you having fun with this stuff.
For sure. I play one more chancy kind of vibe.
Whoa. Reverse kick over there. That's fire. Do you ever get to play as a DJ in the UK? I saw you playing at the festival.
Yeah, I played one. I got one coming up, and hopefully some more soon. But nothing apart from the one that's coming up, nothing else lined up yet.
How have you been funding, like, networking in order to get placement, in order to get gigs and stuff?
The only way I can see it happening is like, I feel like you have to turn up there and meet them face to face. Not many people are receptive to me just sliding in the DMs. I usually just get ignored. But if I go and meet people and build the connection, it's easier. But I really feel like to get consistent gigs, you need an agent, man. That's gonna help you get some gigs, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning, yeah, you gotta have some motion, you gotta be playing events and stuff.
Yeah.
But to start playing abroad and that.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I can just I can't go to every country and meet every single promoter.
Of course.
I just need to make my name bigger and hopefully an agent will tag along.
Yeah, and I feel like also alongside with your own releases, your own music.
I need to release. Well, yeah, exactly. I haven't even released on Spotify yet, so yeah, man.
That's fire, though. That's fire, bro.
Vibe. I'll play one more.
It's a Travis Scott remix.
Yeah.
And how did you get into making this stuff?
I just started to learn how to DJ, but I was just doing like open format stuff. Like literally randomly, I was waiting at the train station. Some guy comes up to me, says he watches the videos and that, and he's like, "Oh, I run a music festival, house music festival, so I do more DJ." And I was like, "Oh, cool. I'd love to DJ." I just said it. I don't know why, but I just said it.
And you were making hip hop back then?
Yeah, I was making hip hop. I never made a house track. The gig was in July, but I didn't even think about it. I was just making hip hop, doing my sessions until like July 1st came, and I was like, "Fuck! I still need to make music to play this festival." So I took a month to just make house music. I had to teach myself how to make house music real quick. It was more like deep house, slow stuff.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. That was like one of the best months I had making music. Played the festival, and then after that, that's when I was like, "Fuck, man! I think I actually might want to do this instead of doing hip hop."
Damn.
But then the more I got into it, the more I kind of found like what lane I want to occupy in it. Because before it was just like I said, like deep house kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Now I'm more like this sound,
trance,
I guess,
tech trance, yeah. That's crazy, man. But I feel like as an artist, eventually you're gonna get to the point which you try different things. Like you have to.
Yeah, man. I think that's just what happens as a producer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially as producers, we listen to everything, take inspiration from everything. But if it wasn't for me meeting that guy and doing that festival, I'd still be doing my sessions. I'd still be making drill beats.
That's
sure.
insane. Are you still in contact with the guy?
Yeah. So the festival I'm playing this summer is his festival.
All right. Where about?
Like near Bristol or something like this.
All right. So if y'all are around, make sure you go see, go watch. Oh shit.
Come through.
What are the days?
It's gonna be September 5th and 6th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wanna make it be?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I won't lie to you. I cannot be asked to make a melody right now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, throw in the loop or something.
Yeah, don't worry. Because I don't get producers that always want to cook up on the spot. I think as a producer, it's very important for you to make as much volume as possible.
Yeah, when I was making drill beats and trap beats, I'd say like 80% of the time, I was using a loop that I made another day.
Yeah,
I'd never really make beats like from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I just do my loop days and then do my beat days, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we try that one?
You like this one? Alright, when's the last time you made a trap beat?
When I was with Jay Cactus.
Really? Damn, yeah, I saw the video.
Do you focus on placements too?
Not really, man. If it happens, it happens. Like, unfortunately, placements is there's only so much decision that you can have in terms of like having a placement. You can increase the chances, but you don't actually decide when you're gonna have a placement, if you're gonna have a placement, if the track comes out. A lot of producers, such as me, I'm sure you as well, we have snippets.
Bro, on my laptop, you don't understand. I got songs with so many people, bro.
Exactly.
So many people.
But big people.
Yeah, and I can't do anything. I got like 3 karaoke songs on there. I can't do anything with them.
Exactly,
know what I mean?
like
Ants Live, all these guys.
Once I started to do hip hop, I then realized and started to get the snippets and stuff without actually having placements or very few placements. I then realized like how much music is out there that never gets put out.
So many, man. So many.
How do you guys like have that mental battle to just keep the composure? When the artist, they just some bougie type and
yeah,
you've made you've been there doing the beats for so many hours and
I guess you have to, innit? You just have to just let it go, innit?
Yeah.
Because in the back of my mind, when I was trying to get placements, it was always like, okay, even if it's not this one, it could be the next one. I was always thinking like, alright, he said no to this, but it could be. There's always like that opportunity. There's always like that one chance. They might say no to 100, but the one they say yes to could change everything. That's how I was thinking anyway. I just need one. And that one could be something. And even if it's not, the next one could be the one. Because once it's the one, all of the no's don't even matter anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that facts.
I don't know. What's the big song that came out? Doja. The producers who made Doja for Central C, they got Doja now. They're good for life. You know what I mean?
Like that.
They're eating, they're fine. All the no's, it don't even matter no more. They've got their egg, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it don't even matter.
Based on what you're doing now,
Mm-hmm.
do you think the way you think about it has changed, or?
I never know which one is going to be the one.
Of course.
The fact that it's not the one though excites me still. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You're in the pursuit of it.
but I'm not in a way because it's not like I'm chasing it. I'm quite detached from it. Whatever happens, innit?
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy just making music. So
Yeah.
it kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Completely.
it does excite me that you might just put out a song and it could change things for you. Do you know what I mean? That's
Sure.
how the music industry can be sometimes. And even if it doesn't, it's nice to just you put it out. It's impacted someone. Someone likes it. Do you know what I mean?
Going back to the question, no, I'm not really chasing placements like that because I realized that with YouTube I can actually build something that is more dependent on my own decision.
I hear that.
I don't really like the idea of being reliant on someone else's.
Yeah, man, and it's a lot of time to put into to other people with not.
Of course I still like the idea of placements and everything, but like you said, I don't chase it like that. If it happens, it happens. Matter of fact, like a month or 2 months ago, I had a placement with this artist that apparently is one of the biggest artists in his country, Ivory Coast. It went charting second on Apple Music France and a bunch of other first position charts and stuff in other countries. And I was like, I didn't even know 2 days before the release of the album. I didn't know about this, but I didn't force it. I didn't chase it, or I didn't do anything. So that's why I just want to do my thing.
Yeah.
And whatever happens.
I think that's the best way as well. Just doing your own thing.
I've looked at you, J Cactus, and a lot of other producers big in the YouTube space and stuff, and I've noticed that you guys have your own kind of. It's like more. You're reliant on yourself rather than relying too much on other artists and stuff. Is it the case?
Now, yeah, because I started with YouTube and it was all good, and then that 1 year, 2023, I put most of the stuff on the side to just chase placements and just do sessions. Don't get me wrong, it was fun. I learned a lot. I made a bunch of songs, but I realized very quickly that you could put all this time into these artists and maybe something might come from it. But imagine if I just put all that time just into my own stuff and my own music and my own brand.
Yeah.
I prefer that personally.
Yeah, and I was even speaking with him. Like we were looking at producers, like DJ Khaled. That these are big household names as producers.
Or even Metro.
Metro.
Like Metro was huge before, but Metro is way bigger now. He's the artist.
100%. I feel like that is an ultimate goal as a producer, where you really have a name, a brand that is so big that your name is bigger even than the artist that you're working with.
Would you guys rate DJ Khaled as a producer or as an entertainer who makes his name as a producer?
I think he's both. I think he's a producer because even being able to curate the way he does, bring in these people, he gets a beat from a beat maker or actual producer, listens to it. Oh, so and so is gonna sound good. Let me get Jay-Z. Let me get Future. Put them together. I want you to sound like this, and I want you to sound like that. That's producing. Maybe he's not technical and playing the chords, but he's still calling shots, which is he's producing something. Do you know what I mean?
It's like the orchestrator.
Yeah.
That sounds more like the middleman, to see.
Yeah, definitely a middleman for sure, and he's an entertainer too because he's putting his tag on it. He's saying his lines.
God did.
But back in the days, that's what they used to do as well. Like, don't get me wrong, Quincy Jones could play every single instrument, but he was still getting the best bass player, the best keyboard player, the best string section, the best bongo guy from Brazil, putting it together to make the masterpiece for Michael Jackson. He wasn't literally sitting there and playing every piece himself. You know what I mean? So that's still production. Like, even when you think about, like, loop makers and stuff, I'm not necessarily saying it's the same thing that what DJ Khaled does, but when Metro uses a loop from another producer, he's essentially, like, outsourcing it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Adding his drums or whatever,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's kind of similar.
Do you know when somebody uses somebody else's music without consent? And there's a word for it.
Or like sampling?
Yes, yeah. And it becomes like, it's like I'm
infringement of copyright.
Yeah, copyright. I've been seeing a lot of like fights and between producers and obviously artists that be using other people's copyright music. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, if we're talking about sampling, that has been there forever, especially with hip hop. Like taking old records, flipping them. For example, the Kanye West way of doing stuff. If we're talking about between artists, yeah, sometimes you will hear artists, especially in the rapping game, like a rapper pointing the finger at another rapper for using the same kind of flow on a track that then went viral, something like that. Like, oh, I made this before. Like, look at the lyrics, look at the flow and everything, whatever. But if we're talking about sampling and taking records and then chopping it, reversing it, and all this kind of, we do it, especially with drill. We do it. What do you think on that regard?
Yeah, no, that's what hip hop's built on, basically.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the infringement stuff, I mean, that's I don't know how to.
How would you maneuver in that?
If someone done it to me.
If someone's done it to you. Sometimes I've been listening to certain music that back in the days, it was kind of like a base layer, and then the nowadays of the artists, they will obviously twist the music in a certain way. And then obviously putting their voice over, for instance.
I mean, if someone copyrights infringements on your stuff, I feel like it's a very easy fix, in a way that you get lawyers involved and stuff like that. And if you can prove that it's yours, by the way, I'm not like musically business clued up, but I think you are entitled to like portions of it or whatever. But in terms of like replaying stuff and that, I guess the game is the game in a way, innit? I get why people would do it, because there's been times where people have wanted to clear records. They've gone to the original sample person and either they don't want to clear it, or they're asking for too much, or they're asking for the whole song, right? If you don't think it's fair, then you can just go get it replayed and remade a little bit, and then technically it's not copyright.
There's a lot of heavy bangers that came out of just replaying.
Oh yeah.
But like, there's too many.
Yeah, it's all a negotiation, really, innit? That's what it comes down to. Some people will be fair, some people won't. And it is what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, I won't lie. Dealing with labels to get a sample cleared is a long day. Unless you have the right connections, like you have a proper manager that has connections and stuff.
And these days, especially with TikTok, it seems like you might as well just post the thing and beg for forgiveness later. If the song is big enough.
Facts.
Let's say you dropped a remix of, I don't know, a Drake song, and you put it out and it went super viral and it got 100 million views. Drake is gonna be like, yeah man, let's drop this. Like, if it's got 100 million views, we might as well just do business together.
Yeah, bro.
Rather than if you try to ask him to clear it beforehand and you're not a big name, you might just be like,
Facts.
Give me 200 grand now.
Facts. There's even this remix of Travis Scott, Goosebumps. You know the house remix?
Whoa, almost a billion.
Yeah, man.
I'm sipping low key and honest, find a rider. I get those goosebumps every time you come around.
I don't know if you've ever heard of this one. Anyways, the story of this remix, if I'm not mistaken, the guy had released it unofficially, of course, as a copyrighted track and everything. But I think Travis Scott himself and the label liked this so much that they wanted to release it officially. Like,
probably.
Yeah.
They probably saw like, man, this is gonna do numbers. We might as well just. And they're eating very nice off that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Almost
a billy. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. So do you produce your techno on Logic? Okay.
You was doing all your stuff on this?
Yeah, everything.
Damn.
Whether it was EDM or hip hop, I will do it here. So your brother is a rapper too?
Yeah, I mean, I think he makes music more for fun these days. I don't think he's taking it too seriously.
I still remember that video of yours that went viral.
Yeah, man.
On YouTube. How many? On 1 million kind of thing.
Yeah, that shit got like 3 million or something.
Wow.
From him just making a beat. Crazy.
But why?
I have no idea. No idea. That was one of the only videos I was gonna scrap as well.
Yeah. I don't know why, but trap seems to be a genre that will never go away.
Seeming like it.
Like,
Hasn't died.
do you remember back in 2015, 2016 when the proper trap bangers were coming out, like on a mask off kind of stuff?
Yeah.
But we're still here, like
10 years later.
10 years-
Still using the same bounces.
yeah, man, I'm so surprised. In fact, when I started switching into the trap stuff with the content, I was wondering if people are actually gonna like it and watch it. And apparently, yeah.
Yeah. It's not at the height that it was, but it's still
Of
around,
course.
which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It is always gonna be a household name for hip hop, I think.
But even these days, trap is basically considered hip hop. Do you know what I mean? Like when people say
Yeah,
hip hop,
it's
they really mean
it's-
trap.
Exactly. And then here. By the way, I have to ask you. This thought literally just came in my mind. How was the link up with Timbaland?
Oh, what, that video? So
Explain.
basically, yeah.
Explain, because that was just out of nowhere.
So this is what basically, yeah. On his website, he advertised that you could cook up with Timbaland. You can pay to cook up with him. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a sick video if I can cook up with Timbaland. So I paid. I think I paid too much. I think it was like $2,000 or some shit like that.
Okay.
I paid because I really wanted this video.
Yeah.
And then jumped on the call, waited for him. Then he's like, oh, play me what you've been working on. So I was caught off guard, innit? I just played him. I literally just got back from South America, so I was on the reggaeton vibe. So I just played him some bunch of reggaeton that I just made. And
Yeah.
obviously he weren't really feeling
But
it.
couldn't you play some of the hip hop, like trap stuff that you had?
Yeah, of course, but I was just caught so off guard. I just pulled up the first thing that was in my folder. It's not like I had like my best beats right there ready for him, do you know what I mean? I just pulled up what was there, like my most recent ones.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
I thought I was going to cook up with him. Imagine that as a title. I'm making beats with Timbaland.
Yeah.
That video was slap, but this one slapped too.
But
Anyway,
so what was the actual thing that you did with him?
he just listened to my beats.
Oh, like
It
a
was
feedback.
More, yeah, it was more just like a feedback kind of session. I'm sure it's a lot cheaper now as well. So I mean, if you want to do a viral video, that's a viral video idea for you.
Hey, type. I've shown Timbaland how to make a trap beat.
Yeah. That's a great title. Teaching Timbaland how to make.
Bro,
trap beats.
that would get me cooked, bro. I swear I'm not getting no placements anymore. Yeah. What you wanna put? Open hat.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was just thinking as well, yeah. Imagine you made an Afro house remix of a Timbaland song, and you play it to Timbaland, and you get his reaction live. I feel like that'd be a sick video.
Yeah. Hard. Yeah, fire, man.
Yeah, nice. Bro.
Fire, bro. We're there. Yeah, shout out to the Afro House track that took us 3 hours and a half, but it's part of the game. It's very interesting seeing how you've been able to transition from hip hop to techno, trance and stuff. Like very, very interesting. It reminded me of like when I transitioned the other way around from EDM to hip hop. So what are your goals for the future in terms of what you're currently doing?
I'd say for now, just get these tracks out.
Mm.
Really want to just start consistently playing shows.
Yeah.
That's the main focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
How much do you think the move from the UK to Thailand has affected the?
A lot, man. Because I think there is a lot of benefit being in a big city still. Do you know what I mean? I need a vocalist. I know 10 in the city. One can pull up and do a session with me, and I can get that vocal done like ASAP. Whereas like here, it's just me. But that has a benefit too, because then I also just lock in and do my own thing.
For sure.
I don't really have like too much outside. And also, there's no scene here. Whereas in London, there is a scene, there's a culture.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to a show every single night if I wanted to, make connections,
Yeah.
do all that kind of stuff. But again, there's pros and cons in it. That's the beauty of the internet. You can just do all of this online as well. So,
yeah.
give and take.
Yeah. You said that you're gonna travel quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So when is that you're gonna start with the?
So I'm gonna be in LA from end of June,
Mm-hmm.
July. Be there for the whole of July. Then Spain in August. Come back to the UK in September.
Mm-hmm.
Netherlands in October. Outside, man.
But
We got to move and shake.
Yeah, but how does it work? Because I'm a type of person that really likes to stay in his room and do his things without necessarily having to change location on a consistent basis. Like, how does it affect your work?
I think I have to switch a bit because when I'm here, I work hard, innit? Like I
Yeah.
just work all the time, work all day.
Yeah.
But that's me like working seasonally, if you know what I mean. Like
Mhm.
okay, winter months I'm gonna work hard. So summer I can maybe make less music, but work in a different way. Like maybe I can network or do more collabs, do things that I can't do here. Do it
Completely.
when I'm traveling. So switch it around a bit.
Completely.
Yeah, man.
Completely. Do you have any advice for me since you've been in the game for way longer than me? You're older than me. You have too many times, too many acts in terms of numbers. Whether it is Instagram, YouTube, or whatever. Like, what are the best advices that you can?
Bro, I think the only one we can do is just keep on going, innit? Don't even question yourself. Don't even. And I feel like you have to have unshakable self belief. You know what I mean? Just.
Yeah.
Keep on going, innit? That's all I can say. You're on it.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing. Just keep on. You just don't even know where it can take you. Do you know what I mean? You don't know who's watching and what opportunities can happen. You love it.
Of course.
Run with it. Yeah, man.
I see that. Because of course, like sometimes there's tough times in which you work and you work hard, but you don't actually see the results that you're expecting from the hard work that you're putting in. And yeah, sometimes it's hard to just keep on pushing.
Yeah, man. It's hard because we're low-key in an industry where results. Well, I mean, I guess every industry results matter, but here, like your status is based on your results in a way. Do you know what I mean? I know people say, "Oh, but if you're good, you're good." But I don't always think that's the case. I do feel like numbers and perception is a big part of this thing.
Completely.
I mean, like, just keep on going, innit? The results will naturally come.
For sure.
If you keep on going, do you know what I mean? Like, how can the results not come if you keep on going?
Yeah, that's true.
It will come.
You never lose if you don't quit.
Exactly.
And how do you see yourself 10 years from now?
I just want to be the best version I can be, and don't get me wrong. Of course I want the results too, man. I want to be at the top of my industry for sure. But I don't know. That's all I can say. I just want to be the best. Yeah, man. I want to be the top.
I see that. I think that was a good way to wrap the video up. Shout out to my man, Ocean.
Hey, no, thanks for coming through, man.
Bro, thank you for having me, man.
Where do you want to be in 10 years?
Where do I want to be in 10 years? That is a very interesting question. Well, in 10 years, I think I want to be... I want to have some sort of a more established business in music. Not just, doing YouTube and, releasing kits like that. I would like to have something more on a business kind of thing, but meanwhile still playing as a DJ as well, still going in studios with producers, artists, all these kind of things, and yeah, I like really having a brand.
Yeah.
That speaks before I talk.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's pretty much the vision right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice, man.
If you want to check my man out, I mean,
By ocean everywhere.
probably by ocean everywhere. I feel like a little bit weird about picking you with you guys with my small audience compared to this big
man.
shark in the ocean. But yeah, hey, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. If you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel like always. Hey, I'm gonna see you back in the UK. But yeah, if you're still yet to see the Thailand's vlog, make sure that you watch it. You feel me? Hey, peace.
Nice, man.